Hello and welcome to another Sprues and Brews unboxing. Today we're looking at a new model for the Adeptus Mechanicus, the Sydonian Skatros. So first of all, I want to say a massive thanks to Games Workshop for sending us this over a little ahead of time to check out for this review. In this video we'll be having a look at the model, seeing what it does in game, and hopefully getting this painted up and having a look at the final thing. So yeah, this is very much a Marmite model. Some people, among ourselves, absolutely love it with its really weird aesthetic, and some people, like Dave for example, absolutely despises this thing. Yeah, it's basically a sniper on stilts. The Ad Mech haven't got much in the way of kind of sniper units outside of the rifles in the Skatari squads. But this guy basically is a lone operative that wanders around the battlefield on his stilts. So he's got a kind of homemade crow's nest that he can snipe from, and he's got a choice of two guns, an anti-infantry one and one that's good against monsters and vehicles. And yeah, it's a very weird model. It does have a couple of dual builds on it too, so again in the video we'll be having a look at that, seeing how it goes together and what he does in game. So without further ado, should we crack this open and see what he looks like? So it's only a small kit. We've only got a single frame in here and what looks like a 50mm Terminator base. So yeah, not a massive model. And this is, I think, the only new model we're getting alongside the new Adeptus Mechanicus Codex. The new Codex is, we've got a full review up on the site today, so if you head over to spruesandbrews.com, you can take a look at what has changed within the book. We'll be talking about some of those changes in the second half of this video too, so if you want to see how this guy performs in game, make sure to check that out. But yeah, really nice looking kit. It's got a load of detail in there. I quite like the sculpted base that he's on. I've got the choice of the two guns as well. While I'm building this, I'll see if there's any option for putting some magnets in to make those guns swappable. I've got a feeling with how spindly the model is, you're going to struggle to do it. You might be able to do it with pins, but I can't see much there for you to be able to drill into, so it's going to be a tricky one to make this modular. So really you'd have to decide if you want this to be the anti-infantry version or the anti-tank and monster version. But yeah, he's really cool. He keeps up that Adeptus Mechanicus aesthetic that we've seen in other models in the range. And yeah, I really quite like this guy. So before we jump to the future and have a look at how this guy looks in the flesh, built up and painted, let's have a quick look at the assembly instructions. Again, I don't think it's going to be a difficult one to build because it's not got many parts. Essentially you build up the stilts and the main body assembly, and then you've got a choice of the two guns. Each of the guns has a corresponding head and kind of loading hand as well. So you do have some customization options on this. None of the guns share any parts though, so if you can get some pins in these arm joints, you might be able to make it switchable, but honestly I think that'd be a lot of hassle and you're probably easy just picking up two of them if you're going to do that. But yeah, it looks really cool. And he's got that big dangly exhaust port that people aren't too keen of hanging between his legs. Looks a bit questionable, but nah, he looks cool. So yeah, not too difficult. Obviously we've got the two choices of heads as well. You can have him with his kind of lens up or down as well. So I'm not sure which way I'm going to build this for mine. I think maybe with the helmet up so you can see his face underneath it. And yeah, there is the model finish. Now you do get some basic rules on the back of this. Again, in the second half of the video we'll talk about the changes in the Adeptus Mechanicus Codex. But yeah, you can see the guns are pretty good. So one of them's got anti-infantry 3+, heavy and precision. So with heavy, if he stands still, he'll be hitting on a 2+, wounding any infantry on a 3+, -2 AP and 3 damage. So it is a really good character assassinator with precision hits as well, being able to get those characters out of squads. This guy could be pretty handy. For the other option, you've got anti-monster and anti-vehicle 4+, again with heavy and precision. The precision's a little bit wasted on that one because you're going to be using it for taking out vehicles and monsters. It's okay. Strength 7, obviously you've got the anti-monster and anti-vehicle on a 4+, so they're going to wound regardless. But the AP -2 and D3 damage in single shot, personally I'd go for the anti-infantry version, taking out those characters and everything. I think the Adeptus Mechanicus have got a lot of tools for taking out vehicles and monsters, so I think this one's a little bit redundant for that, so I'd probably go for the top gun. Obviously, by the time we get to the second half of this video, I'll have read the Codex, so things may change there, but first impressions are, I'm going to build the anti-infantry one. Other than that, he's got a pretty good stat line, so yeah, he should be pretty fun to use in games. So what we're going to do now is jump to the future and have a look at what this guy looks like completed. And here's a look at the completed Skatros. And you know what, I really like this model. It is a bit Marmite, and I know a lot of people aren't a fan of the whole stilt appearance, but it's weird and suitably Warhammer. Yeah, I think it really suits the kind of vibe of the Adeptus Mechanicus, that they've got all this weird arcane technology that a little bit kooky perhaps, and maybe not everyone likes the aesthetic of it, but I think it's cool. I really do. And rules wise he's pretty good too. So I can see, you know, a couple of these being used in game to take out support characters and the like. They'd be really, really good at that. So moves 8, so he's quite quick. Toughness 4, 4+ save, 5+ invulnerable save, 4 wounds, 7 leadership, 1 OC. It's got lone operative and stealth, so it's going to be hard to get rid of too. If it hits a target, that unit has to take a battle shock test as well, which is pretty good, so you can use them to kind of like pin down units and strip their OC and stuff, which is handy. In addition as well, he gets to re-roll the wound roll, so that depends on what gun that you give him, but essentially means that he's more likely to wound that target. So speaking of rules, you get a choice of basically anti-infantry or anti-monster vehicle. So the Radium Giselle is the anti-infantry version. That is essentially going to be hitting on 3s, 2s with heavy, and it's got precision as well for picking out those characters. Anti-infantry 3+, and then it's got AP -2 and a damage of 3. So yeah, obviously with the reroll as well, it's going to be quite likely that it goes through. So 2 of these plinking away at support characters, I think it'd be quite easy to take them out. Alternatively, you can give him the anti-monster, anti-vehicle gun, which is the Skatros Transauric Aquabus. Again, a single shot, hits on a 3. Strength 7, but it's got anti-monster 4+, anti-vehicle 4+, and again it's got heavy and precision, so you can use that for sniping characters as well if you want to. And that is AP -2. That version's got D3 damage though. For character assassination, I'd probably go for the other gun. You've got flat 3 damage, which it could really cause some issue to those characters that are placed in units. So I think he's pretty fun. I don't think he's too expensive points wise either, so if you had a couple of these on your backline shooting, he's got a 36-inch range, so if you get a nice little kind of camping spot for him for picking on those other units, I think he could be really, really fun. So that is the Skatros, the new model for the Adeptus Mechanicus. It's a shame there's only one new model with this book. Obviously the Necrons have got 3 new ones. I'd have liked to have maybe seen another model for the Mechanicus, but they have got a fully plastic range and some really, really cool stuff in there. We do have a full write-up of the full Codex on spruesandbrews.com, so if you are interested in the new Adeptus Mechanicus book, check that out. We've also got a full review of the new Necron book up as well, so check that out. We also filmed, last night when I'm filming this, a battle report, Crusade, pitting the Adeptus Mechanicus versus the Necron, so that should be up on the website in the next few days as well, so keep tuned for that because that is a fun one. And yeah, finally, if you would like to support your site, why not order your new Codex or miniatures through our affiliate Element Games. We do have an affiliate link in the description, so if you use that, we get a bit of a kickback which goes towards helping make videos like this. And finally, if you have enjoyed the video, why not give us a follow? We do lots of stuff like this and we really enjoy putting out this content. So yeah, until next time, have a great weekend and we'll see you soon.